Wait a minute, y'all.
Comment, like, and share, and comment. Comment, like, and share, and
The boy done switched up on you.
comment, like, and share, and comment. Comment, like, and share, and comment, like,
A lying to me. And I know you lying.
comment, like, and share,
Period.
Wait a minute, y'all. You guys look. If this is your very first time on this channel, run on and subscribe for us. And after you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell beside the word subscribe so that you will be notified each and every time that we upload a video. And then welcome to this great family. Now that you're part of it, there's some things that we do, and we do them every day because they help us grow. Those things are comment like a share, and go and check for the team. Comment like a share, and go and check for the team. Comment like a share, and don't forget to comment like a share. Comment like a share. Comment like a share. Don't forget to comment like a share. Comment like a share. Comment like a share. Don't forget to comment like a share. Okay, you gotta check this out. We're gonna pray. We're gonna get into the goodness. Here we go. Hey man, how y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? Over to the side. Big Ben is in the building, baby. Big Ben is here. Big Ben is here to help us out because we finna get to eat. Let's see if it's refreshing. He is. Also, if it's inside, you guys got my LIPS hot sauce. And if you like your bottle, the web top screen in blue, hit that link, and right there you get your LIPS hot sauce. And your lips merge. Okay, you guys, today for the food, baby. Baby. We got some jumbo fried chicken legs over here. We got some collard and mustard green mixed in the middle. We got some dressing over here, and we got some macaroni and cheese. I told you we were gonna be eating that food, huh? I told you I got some white onion over here to the side. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Now, y'all, today, as you see from the thumbnail, today I'm gonna take you on a journey. Okay. Today is gonna be a story time, and it's gonna be my own. I was telling my husband as I prepared to do this. I was inspired to do this today. From a show that I watch on HBO Max called We're Here. And one thing I realized that I hadn't done since I started YouTube is I've told bits and pieces at different times, but I've never told a chronological order of my story as I remember it. I'm going to name it something very, very trendy, or very, I don't know. I'm gonna name the video something very revealing, I guess, in a way. Something where you'll definitely know what you're clicking on. You'll know what you're getting into, so you'll know whether you want your kids to watch it or not. It's up to you. I feel like it's something that is important. And y'all, let me get a little bit of eat. I had the dressing here. It's even better now. I feel like it's something that's important for me to do. I feel like it's something important that I must, use my platform and use my voice to try to make me people to try. See, I'm already getting mixed up because going back in my early childhood always makes me very emotional, and I gotta try to fight through this as well as I can to convey what I need to convey to you, because it's really to help not only the people that are in the same situation that are growing up in a part of the LGBTQ community, but also to help the people who are not in the LGBT community that are raising children that are, or just society itself, to try to make you understand from a personal influence or from a personal point of view what I'm going to use. I know I'm using the title, the age of name that everybody knows and everybody always wants to go to or try to hurt a gay person. I'm going to name this the journey in the life of a. Now, do I consider myself to be? No, definitely not. However, that's what people, that's what they view the LGBT community, gay men and. That's very direct, so you'll definitely know what you want to do about your children, because we don't want to offend anyone. And we definitely want to cross the line with anyone with their children. That's why I'm going to make this video plain as to what it is. There goes some of the greens, y'all. Okay? Y'all, we done thought this stuff on. This stuff is banging wood for Thanksgiving. So, you guys, my journey goes back to my earliest childhood memory. As you guys know, which we're not going to harp on this much, we're just going to touch on it because it is the beginning of when I remember things. My journey started when I was 5 years old. I can remember the day, not what day it was, but I do remember it was kind of cold outside. And if it was cold outside, it had to be nearing my 6th birthday because, you know, my birthday is in January, so it was somewhere between October, November, and January for sure. Because it was cold outside. Or, I know I was 5, so it had to be pre-January because in January I would have been 6. I remember being coached and walked where it happened at. Believe it or not, I remember what the air smells like where I was taken. I still remember it. I remember passing like distant cousins home on the way to where we were going. And at 5 years old, I was sexually molested. I was. You guys, this is my earliest memory in my life. Did I get y'all a bite, honey? Let me get a bite of it. This is my first memory that I have of my life. Shortly after that, my life between the age of 5, I have some memories here and there. You know, the fonder ones, when my mom and dad moved us from that particular city, and moved us to another one, bought us a house, a lot of land. You know, I can remember gardening, and I remember the first time that I knew or I experienced, you know, a male release, put it that way. I can remember that in this house in the second city that we lived in. When I figured out that, you know, that I could produce things that make babies. I remember all that. I remember sharing it with my cousins. And I remember Christmas. I'll tell y'all, don't worry about it. I remember Christmas. The Christmas is there. I do. But for the most part, because the person that started handling me when I was 5 was constantly in my surroundings. And even at that home, a lot of that time is blocked out. You know, I really can't remember it. I remember the hog pen being on top of the hill behind the house. So I remember spots and pieces in there. I remember the challenges of being called and picked up about being a during that time. I do. I remember it. I remember it. I remember during that period between 5 and 11, so to speak. I told you guys before, all my father's people are from Memphis, Tennessee. So we spent quite a, and my mother has family there as well. Excuse me, y'all. One sister and her children. out there as well. However, I remember there always been a difference with me. At that time, adults supervised the children with bathing and stuff until they were probably 11, 12 years old. You know, they came in and made sure after you done played in the water that you actually take a bath. So, with that being said, parents were really involved with, you know, putting the children to bed type process then. Of course, we'd be earlier than you do now, anyway. And there was always a difference with me. Keep in mind now, when I was 5, I didn't know what homosexuality was. For years, I didn't even know it was wrong. For me being a child, for these type of actions to be happening. I didn't figure that out, so I was like maybe 8 or 9, that this is not what children do. You know what I'm saying? I didn't learn it. So I was, like I said, 8 or 9 years old. However, there was always a difference with me. I was being called this word, didn't even know what it meant, really. But I knew it made me different. When we would visit family, I can remember my little brother, my other cousins. It seemed to be always an avenue or a way where it was okay, or it was by the grown people. My little brother and my other male cousins. If there were 5 of us there, well, it really didn't matter what the number was, but I'm going to give you an example of what I'm saying. If there was 5 of us there, 2 would sleep in one bed, 2 would sleep in another bed, and I always had to sleep in the floor. Now, I wasn't the oldest. I wasn't the youngest. I can remember this so vividly. And that's what I'm saying. Going back there always makes me emotional because I remember it. I remember how it felt. I really do. I remember how it felt. Like I said, it's important for me to give this to you because I want you to understand that some of the actions that you do, when you do to LGBTQ community, when they're growing up, when they're being reared, when they're coming along, how it crushes them. I can remember if there was 4 of us. 2 slept in one bed, 1 slept in another, and I still had to sleep on the floor. Then it became, well, why can I sleep in the bed? It was because, well, he's the oldest, so he gets his own bed now. I remember these things so vividly. I remember when I was a child going to church, and everybody else got prayed for, whatever it was. They got prayed for, you know, when you go up. Lord, say this soul, you know, Lord this, Lord that, Lord bless their body, blah, blah, blah. But it always seemed, when it got to me, it was pray that demon out, pray that demon out, pray, you know. I remember this vividly, you guys. When I was younger, my family, my grandfather, was one of the founding members, deacons, you know, one of the founding people of a prominent Pentecostal church that is still active and strong with churches, you know, all over the state. The biggest one being in Clarksdale, Mississippi, today. So back in them days, you had to shut up. You know what I'm saying? You had to be seen and not heard. That's the first thing. And if grown folks was having a grown folks conversation, you better not been seen. it got so bad at a point, you guys, me trying to reach out, me trying to act out, bring attention to myself to let my parents know what was going on with me. Because back in them days, you didn't just say what you wanted to the grown folks. You got better lie, got slept, baby. You had to pick up two of your teeth out the floor. I burned down my mother's home. My mother and my father built a home from the ground up. 4, 5 bedrooms, beautiful home. I burned it to the ground because I was being mishandled as a child. And I wanted them to know. I wanted it to stop. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, moving on. I remember going through all of that. And I remember around the age of 11, my mom and my father were having trouble. My mom moved to a new city. You know. When we got to the new city, when I figured out that we were leaving, because things were so bad for me in this particular city we were living in, during this age, I decided that when we got to the new city, my life was going to be different. I built faith, and say it wrong, let me say it the right way. Faith to my own self-confidence through a whole lot of things in them days. But I made sure that when I went to this new city, I wasn't going to be the or if I was going to be one that would lock your jaw up. You see what I'm saying? Hey! I didn't play tough guy. I actually was a tough guy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go looking for no trouble. But if you brought it to me, you definitely had found it. You know, if you know what I mean. I remember then, during those ages, 11 years old, until I became, you know, a teenager in high school, I was still always different. At the time, I didn't even know that I had feminine ways. I didn't know what that was. I was just being me. I didn't know that. I didn't know that that's what made me different from other people. I didn't. Luckily, during that age, I found a friend. He and I are still friends to this very day. Been friends since we were 11 years old, over 30 years. I found a friend that didn't care what I was. Wasn't looking to find out what I was. He was just my friend. That helped me during this time to find my own self-worth. But the ridicule, the pain, the pressure of what other people felt like I should be, or how I should be, or how I should dress, or how I should talk, or how I should hold my wrist, or how I should walk, and that still didn't stop. I remember playing sports, junior high. I remember I was different. I remember there being a pressing obligation or special hurriedness of the guys putting their shirts back on when they took them off to put their jerseys on. Or always having to exit to go and put their trunks on. You know what I'm saying? I remember the way I was treated. I remember it, and it still hurts me to this day how I was treated back then. But it was a different ballgame today, but we ain't got there yet. I remember going through high school thinking that I had true friends because we had been together. Since I was 11 years old. I remember thinking, you know, and we've been in junior high and played football together. We've been in junior high and played basketball together. We've been in junior high and was on the track team. And, you know, but still being treated the same way. Friends that I had grown up with that I felt like were friends, and anytime they got mad, that gay word, I was still the. I remember this affecting me in my life so bad. There were so many times in my life when I was young where there were serious thoughts in my head. I would be better off if I wasn't here. I remember feeling, even in high school, that I had no self-worth. Keep in mind now, I have this confidence in myself that I built, that I'm pretending, and I'm indestructible. There's nothing that you can say that's going to hurt me. But all on the inside, I was crying. Y'all, and the thing of it is, yeah, athletically, I was better than other kids. Because I had to make sure that I was better than other kids. My peers. All sports I excelled in, except for baseball. Hey, that ball coming at me real fast. Give me 4 balls and walk me, please. You know? I mean, that was no reason. I excelled in school. I made good grades. And at that time, I was totally hiding who I was. I did the things that normal teenage boys did. I had the girlfriends, went to prom, lost my virginity, messed around with older women, all of that. I mimicked what my peers that were quote unquote normal, I mimicked what they done to fit in. I remember all through high school mimicking my older cousins or the masculine guys, so to speak. That seemed to be normal, to not be. I remember this vividly. To this very day, my name is on the wall of my high school gymnasium for being one of the elite players that came through this particular city. Got that recognition, not from the school, but from the entire state, from being so good in history. My name will infamously be there. But I grew up as I have been a part of, I have been next to, I have experienced and known several people, 4 I don't even have to think about to know, that took their own lives because they could not handle the pressure. I remember not finding myself my sophomore year at Grambling State University. It started my freshman year. I went there with 2 friends. I left there with 1. Well, I left there with 2 friends, but I left there in communication with only 1. And I left there not being in communication with the other one because I was finally proud of who I was and I came out. Our friendship changed and never repaired the rest of our life. I'm saying all of this and I'm giving you my story to say it took me to my halfway freshman, sophomore year to find a group of friends. Lorenzo and Mack were the 2 guys that I found. I still had my other friend I told you that I've been had since I was 11 years old because he went with me to Grambling State University. But it took me into then to be okay with me. Where it didn't matter what you said. But the thing of it is, y'all, is a lot of people don't get there. A lot of people never get there. There's so many people in the world that are sitting back trapped in marriages with people that It's all a facade. You trap with somebody with 2, 3 little children that you love because of time, but you don't love because you truly love. You don't love because they fulfill you. You're with them because you could not handle the pressure of society, so you decided to lean back into the shadow so that you couldn't be seen. There's so many people, like I told you, I know for myself, just me, one person. I know at least 4. 2 of them were my friends. 2 of them were people that I knew of that were in the group of people, or in the group of people that I hung with at the time, that couldn't take it and took their own life. One of them in a gruesome way, a way that would have frightened, I guess, most people, definitely me. That's why I tell people all the time, baby, you can drop me in the ocean. As long as you come back to get me in, and don't no fish eat me up, I'll be sitting right there. I'll be promised you I will not drown in water. Nope. Throw me in the ocean. Long don't no shark and come bite me. Long don't none come kill me while I'm in that water. And you coming back to get me, I'm gonna be right there. Or they're gonna be done weighted by the water. But I'll definitely be out there. Don't give up the search party, because I'm out there. I'm not going under that water. Period. It ain't happening. No, it ain't happening, Captain. The only way that water gonna have to be powerful enough to pull me under there and don't let me go. Because if there's anything that my body and my will can do, I'm coming up out that water. Definitely. I know a young man that literally took 2 cinder blocks. 2 cinder blocks. And took a rope and tied the rope around his back. And tied him through the cinder blocks. And tied him on top of him. And jumped in the water. It's all fun and games when you're picking on somebody. It's all above approach. As long as it's all fun and games, as long as it makes you feel better, it's all good. Until somebody ties a rope around themselves with cinder blocks and jump in the water. I know another person that shot themselves in their stomach with a shotgun. Do you know how much determination it takes to shoot yourself with a shotgun? First and foremost, it's long. He wasn't that tall. So he had to put it up against him, lean over and take his foot and push the trigger. He wanted to die that bad. I'm saying that to say, you guys, some of you guys out there that's listening to this, you have a little gay child that's old enough for you to recognize that they're gay. Don't let your child's story be my story. Even though I made it out, I made it through, I'm strong and proud of whom I am. But everybody don't make it. Everybody don't get to learn that they can live out loud and live in their truth and be happy. I know how it feels. I have a child. And although I'll be accepting of whatever she turns out to be. But if I had to say, if you were to ask me, would I want my child to be gay? I would tell you no. Not because it's anything wrong with it. It's because of the way that the world treats us. Any parent that doesn't want, care, and desire for their child to be totally happy and not be bullied and not be picked on and not be called names, why did you have children? The real thing that I want you to realize in your parenting is that it's worse when you're actually the bully. Now I'm finna get up out of here, y'all. I love you guys so much. I truly do. I'm finna go. Y'all, this video gonna be a little late. I know it is. Because we went out last night to St. James Live, honey, and had a ball, honey. Yes, we did. Had a ball. So I had to, ain't got drunk. So I had to recuperate before I come do this video. But y'all see what I had for Sunday dinner, and it was good. I love you guys so much. I truly do, and I hope that you got something out of the story time I really do. We'll pick up from high school to now in another story time. Maybe when we hit 100K. I don't know. But, y'all, it's not cool. Some circumstances throughout your life, that's just what it is. But you guys, it's not cool. And it's very much so not cool when it's your mama and your daddy and your sister and your brother. Some people can't handle that. Some people can't handle that. Anyway, like I said, I'm finna go to all my new legion. Thank you guys so much for being here. We truly appreciate each and every one of you because you didn't have to be here. You could have chosen to be us in the world. You could have chosen to be anywhere else in the world. But you chose to be right here with us, and we love you for it. To all my existing legion, hey, round and round we go, hey, round and round we go. I love you guys so much. And I'm gonna see you guys next time, okay? Oh, wait a minute, y'all. You guys look, always remember that there's always more than one way home. All you have to do is get there. So get there, people, get there. I love you all, and I'm gonna see you guys next time. And if you're not gonna watch me next time, you have lied to me. And I know you lied. Period. Bye, bye. Woo! Yeah, this food was good. I had to eat one piece of chicken. I told my husband before I done the video, I told him, I said, you know what? I hate doing this. I hate having to go back in my head, in my mind, to my early childhood because it makes me so emotional. But at the same time, I also said, in order for me to deliver this the right way that I need to deliver it, I can't do that. I cannot allow my emotions to take over and I not be able to get out what I need to get out. But I do hope that you listen to what I said. You guys, it's not a good thing to, no matter what your feelings are about whatever. I don't really, me, myself, and I don't understand how your feelings could be anything other than love a person. Because people are who they are. People are going to be what they're going to be. You can no more change that your child or your niece or your nephew or your uncle, you can no more change them from gay to straight than you can from reach up in the sky and bring a handful of the cloud down here. You cannot do that. There is no amount of pressure that you can put on a person to change who they are. There's no amount of ridicule that you can do that would make them be other than whom they are. You cannot do it. You cannot. Only God has the power to truly change people. You're not God, so there's nothing that you can do. So why intentionally put pressure on a person's life? And then that person mess around and do something to themselves or take their life, and then you sit around looking stupid. You may not care. You may not. But if they're your kin, you're gonna care. And y'all, this happens in the world day after day after day after day. Every day in this world, I couldn't give you an exact number, but I guarantee you there's multiple, if not hundreds of thousands of people all over this world daily that take their own life because they was in a journey. I'm out, y'all. I love you.